You know what's so funny? I don't know how I'm gonna be able to use it. There's I was looking at old wrestling videos on like DX and all that, and then Triple H was saying to Shawn Michaels in backstage, and Shawn Michaels made Triple H break on this, but he's like, he's like, man, I don't know, they're just not giving us the segment, blah blah blah. They're saying we're not controversial enough, and it's clearly it's a bit, and Shawn Michaels is like, controversial. What are you talking about controversial? What? He looked back and he's like, what's your name? He's like, Stan. Boom, and he kicks Stan. And he's like, see, I just kicked Stan. And he turns around and he's walking and the camera follows him and some guy just walks through the door. Boom, he super kicks that guy. And the papers go flying everywhere. Yeah. And there's another guy coming down. Boom, he super kicks that guy. And he's like, I can't believe this. And when it clipped back to Triple H, he's burst out laughing. Like he's in clear laughing. I gotta show you.
I actually think I've seen that.
Because recently I tried to save it. Like, I just kicked Stan. Look, it's in the second in my thing because I was recently looking it up. This video had me dying. And it just made me miss the old days of wrestling, man. Like, all the shit talk.
Russell could play a full house, then play to a full house. It's game on.
Ads. One day we'll have ads. Right now ads annoy me. But one day we'll have ads and they'll be good. See?
Last week, the Blues pretty much already off the controversial. And I didn't want to bring this up, but he said that we don't even know the meaning of the word controversial. Us? Yeah, we don't know the meaning of the word controversial.
So
good. As much me, it was mostly you. What, are you kidding me? I'm the one that put Bret Hart in the sharpshooter, you know. You know controversial. You married, what's her name?
You married what's her name?
You know, I can't.
Married the boss's wife.
We don't know what controversial. What do you mean we don't know controversial?
See, I just kicked Stan. Like, look, he broke him. He broke him. I just kicked Stan. You know, like, don't tell me that a controversy.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Yo, that's gotta be one of my favorite clips of all time. I might try to like get that whole clip and repost it on the onto Instagram or something, because that, like, I watched that shit and I died laughing, and I ended up watching it like 7 times. I just watched it 7 times, back to back to back, laughed every fucking time. It was so good. Woo! That should be like, I just kicked Stan.
Start.
He's like, you, what's your name? Stan. Boom! He's like, see?
And those kicks look real.
Yeah, those guys sold it well, man. Those guys, they're not real kicks, obviously, right? But those guys sold it better than wrestlers sell it. You know what I mean? Like some of the wrestlers in the ring.
You didn't kick him in his face, but you kicked him in his chest.
Yeah, but it's still sold, right? Like it's still sold.
Oh yeah, but he still kicked them.
Yeah, but not to like knock a guy out or something. They're like they practice those things, right? Like they always practice it.
Who? The people getting kicked?
Yeah,
in the face?
that's a bit. That whole thing is a bit, and he did like the words and stuff might not be all exactly written, but because you can tell because he made Triple H break. They went back. Triple H was in full laughter there, guy.
Yeah.
He was like, it's hard to make. He's one of the best kind of fucking villains, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he always has. He can do the face. In the DX times, they were really funny.
Yeah.
But he still never broke. And all the funny bits that they did, he was never burst out laughing like that, right? Like that was good.
That was good.
I might watch that again. It's got to be one of my favorite scenes and thing like that, and all the Rock stuff.
I was gonna say
anything that the Rock did.
He has some pretty good ones.
Oh yeah.
I like when he sang one of those chicks a song.
Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah.
And he called her a hoe or something like that, or annoying, or
yeah, he brought out a guitar.
Yeah.
That was some of the Stone Cold stuff was funny too.
Oh, Stone Cold. Let's see.
He's the one that never broke.
Yeah.
You can never make him laugh.
One of my favorite Stone Cold one was, I told you, I think I said this before, but when he came down to the ring, William Regal came up into the ring in a suit and everything, and he's like, the people of this city, whatever city it was, is whatever, and I'm going to try and culture you, or something like that. He was sort of the gist of. So he's going to read Shakespeare to them. And he opened up his thing and he starts reading, thus falls and blah, 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 blah. He's just reading. Then you just hear Stone Cold music hit. And dun, 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 dun. He just Stone Cold, like, nothing on his face changed. He didn't look angry, didn't look anything. Just his regular sort of face, just walked down to the ring. Walked down, came into the ring, walked into the ring, stunnered him, like, without, like, a second of being in the ring. Stunnered him, and just rolled back out the ring. And just walked back down the aisle. His face hadn't changed, didn't done anything. Just came down.
It's like, shut up.
Stunnered him and went and left. You know, it was, to be honest, like that scene made me laugh so hard for so long too.
Yeah.
Stone Cold did some funny things with the beer, shooting fucking beer at Vince McMahon in the ring. He came down with a beer truck, remember?
Yeah.
And took out a hose and just started fucking hosing them all down with beer.
Well, the whole, like, you know, drinking the 2 beers and...
Yeah.
You know, like, he...
Had people fucking throwing beers at him and he just fucking catch them and he's chugging.
Or the...
He has his own beer. Yeah, the what?
What?
Yeah.
What? They used to say, like, every time you say something, they'd be like... they say what afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was good. He used to... The first time that started, somebody was talking to him.
Yeah.
And they were, like, trying to say something. He said, what? And they said it again. He's, what? He kept cutting them off and saying, what? And that's where it started. Like, he literally didn't let the person that was trying to speak to him speak, because he just kept interrupting them and saying, what? And then right after that, the crowd, everything anybody said, they just said, what after? Especially he. And he would make it like, just like the one we posted with the beer. Yeah. I drank a beer. What? Another beer. What? Another beer. What? 2 beers. 3 beers.
The Rock, they copied him too, but at first he didn't like it.
What, copied him with what?
Because they would copy what he would say. So, you know, can you smell? And then they would say with him.
But the Rock.
But then he started, would you smell? And then he's like, you pause.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, la, 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 la. What the Rock?
Is cooking.
Because at first he didn't want them doing it. I feel like he was annoyed.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he's like
yeah, you can't be annoyed. You know who used to be very annoyed at all that stuff? Vince McMahon. Like Vince McMahon didn't like so much crowd involvement. He tried to cut it all out.
Why?
Like, especially in recent years, there was amazing characters coming up through NXT.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of crowd reaction down there because Triple H ran NXT.
Right.
And when they get up to the big leagues, Vince McMahon would cut their sort of promos and cut their entrances and stuff. So he didn't like the pop, you know, like the initial like Stone Cold glass breaking, and the whole crowd just fucking goes nuts. Vince McMahon tried to cut the pop out of people's music, you know. Why? And he didn't. I don't know. There's something, but now Vince McMahon, it doesn't work there anymore because he had some sexual assault, all that stuff. So he's forced to retire. You know, he wasn't going to retire until he fucking died, right?
Right.
But he's basically forced to retire. Triple H has taken over, hired back like 10 of the people that Vince McMahon fired, hired them back, and added everybody's pop back into their music, and has let them go back to some original personas that they had that were very successful, that Vince took away from them because he just didn't like the crowd interaction and stuff that was happening.
Why would you want to ruin your product?
I think he was going senile. I think he thought he knew what the product is. Not the crowd can't dictate the product or so. I don't know the exact reasoning.
Yeah, but
I think that was along the lines of his reasoning.
That's stupid.
It is very stupid because now Triple H is taken back. All these things are happening again, and ratings are starting to go back up because people are like, "Fuck! Finally, like some crowd involvement, some." You know, like they're giving these characters back their fun little traits and their fun little like.
Well, that's wrestling
things. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like having the like crowd interaction stuff. Like what? Like those type of promos again and stuff. You know, they'd cut it all out, man.
Yeah.
Wrestling got boring. I still watch wrestling all the way till I don't know, like last year, and then it really started to go downhill because a lot of the stuff got pulled out, and it was really upsetting.
I pretty much stopped watching wrestling when John Cena left.
Yeah, for acting when he went to Hollywood.
Yeah, I just after it because I was watching something they had The Undertaker.
Yeah,
and he was just killing the new school. It's like basically saying that wrestling, they're like a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
But then those guys were like hardcore, like
Yeah.
I'll fight
Jumping
you.
off the top of the cage. and
Yeah,
shit.
it's like I have no spine, but I'm still going to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Like poor Mick Foley. He's gonna die young.
Oh, that dude.
Well, he's not even young anymore. He's made it to this age, I guess. But
How many times does he jumped off a steel cage?
yeah, like 3 at least.
And like onto the floor, not even to ring, onto the concrete with a pad. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you might as well be jumping off your top of your house onto
The grass.
the grass.
Yeah.
That's about something.
And landing on your back. You know? And
On a steel, like most of it was like on a steel cage.
Yeah. It was off of the top of the fucking Hell in the Cell. They called it that Hell in the Cell.
And that was a big thing for you to get up on top there, and then someone to throw you off.
Yeah.
It was a big thing.
He was the only one to ever really do it. Him, and I think the only other person to do it was Shane McMahon. Once. Shane McMahon did it once. Onto like that announcer table.
Yeah. He's the only one.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else ever did that. Who else was stupid enough to fucking do that, guy?
I want to say,
Nope.
I think that somebody else fell off.
If you can think of them, then we could
No.
look it up. But I know Mick Foley did it like twice, maybe
no.
3 times. Because one time
I think
he fell
was an
into the
accident.
ring. One time he fell into the ring, like the middle of the cage
Yes.
broke, and he landed in the ring.
On the steel.
On the
thing.
steel.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
And then one he jumped off the top, like Undertaker threw him off the top
Mhm.
down to the floor, right? And then or was it the table? Maybe he landed in the table too. But maybe those are the 2 times. I think those are the only 2 times. And then Shane McMahon did it once too, I think. Shane McMahon, I think, jumped off the top and did like a splash that missed or something like that. Or like tried to do like an elbow or something like off the top of the thing. And he landed on the thing.
that's still.
Yeah, that guy was like a billionaire. I don't know what the fuck he's doing jumping off of the fucking top of shit. I guess he thought the money could fucking
Well, you
fix
probably,
him.
probably get some new parts, right? Like Cyborg.
Yeah, just fucking, yeah, turned out to get a face shield and everything.